Okay, I am back and I'm awaiting the storm. So if you want to await this storm with me, you're more than welcome to. I'm hoping to catch some kick ass lightning, and if I see the tornado in time, I can run away. I can run real fast for like 30 seconds. And so the rain is light, but picking up. It has been windy in Houston, Texas all day long. The full moon obscured by constant cloud cover. But it's been eerily hot with dashes of humidity. I would say the energy has been strange. And so now I wait as the squall line comes in, hoping that I can catch some kick ass lightning or magical moments that teach us all a little more about life and how to make it through and how to make it better. I would flip the camera around so you could see my eyes, but I just figured out the reason the reverse camera is so screwy is because I dropped this phone like, I don't know, 10 times and it's cracked, I guess. I run Thor News on bolts and nuggets taped together, but I do okay. So I just want to say, hey, we're watching the storm together, you and I. No crazy winds yet. That's why I'm waiting. We can watch the rain. Either it's careening across the parking lot, or you can see it drifting. Last night, like I got a tornado warning. We were under a tornado watch, and I was laying there listening to a lady called Miss Remy Healings, trying to calm down because the energy is intense. And I got hit with sadness earlier for reasons I cannot explain. I do hope it was not a premonition. And so, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, I got a tornado warning. That was I was trying to explain it earlier. If you've ever seen the things where it shows like tornado watch is all the ingredients of cupcakes set aside and apart. And a tornado warning is when all the cupcakes are together. Where you can eat the cupcake only in a circumstance, cupcake would be a tornado and the tornado would eat you. Asterisk. If you go into your bathroom and drag a mattress over your head, maybe you might live. Or if you're just incredibly lucky or blessed or both. That would be weird though, because they'd be like, how did Thor die? I'd be like, oh, he got hit by a tornado. I'd be like, well, I guess it was my time to go. I don't think it is. But I would like to catch some kick ass lightning. There's not been a lot of thunder I've heard lately. We haven't had any super impressive lightning storms in like 6 months, at least as far as thunder goes. Maybe tonight we'll break that streak. But anything is possible at this Saturn Pluto conjunction, Uranus retrograde to station to direct with full moon eclipse with wolves. Are you kidding me? Is this a science fiction film? Crap. I gotta concentrate on camera work. I can prove I know how to handle these things. Okay, now rack focus. Okay, I'm looking up. Some more. Oh, yes. Hello, redemption. Brazoria County. Look at the wind pushing the waves across the parking lot. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm hoping to catch on camera the squall line when it hits. But it's been pumping out a solid, I don't know, 30, 20, 40 mile per hour wind gusts all day. And there was a tornado in Sugarland, or it looked like there was going to be one. Then I got the tornado warning. I was like, oh man, I gotta go try and catch it. I should sing an awesome song, but mine fails me. Okay, so yeah, now the rain has calmed down again, and the winds have calmed down again, but it is much calmer now than it's been almost all day. So that's fascinating. May I please have cool lightning? All right. So, how was your day, man? How are you enjoying 2020 so far? I think the storm is a fast hitter, um, so it's not going to last for too long. And I think we are just in the tail. Um, and so that big giant straight line that is going to be moving across the United States in about 16 hours, I think that's the real problem. But like I said, I'd be happy if this storm wasn't that big of a deal. People are like, oh, dude, you totally overhyped the storm. I'd be like, well, I'm sorry, man. Seeing as it was on eclipse day to end eclipse season, you know, and the whole Saturn Pluto thing. I've been reading mythology books since I was a kid, man. And it's Hades and the underworld. They were a big deal when I was a kid, and now the underworld's a big deal when I'm an adult. So I just had a feeling this was going to be a weird turn of events leading up to the 15th. And so far, even by my own judgment standards, definitely the last 10 days have been like, whoa, man. Like we're squishing whole 2015s in like a day or two, or 2017 in a week, you know? And everybody's just, it's like, everybody's like, it's so normal. It's weird. It's like a video game, but it's real. The blood is real. The lives lost are real. The souls being battled for by the heavens and the below. It's real. Yeah. Hey, there's a decent one. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I really think we're gonna survive for like 10 more years minimum. So, like, it's like, okay, everybody, we're gonna survive. What do you want to do for 10 years? Hopefully, not the same old shit we've been doing since like 1971, when the United States of America depegged the dollar from gold, which then started an exponential climb of the monetary base and the stock markets, which really only came about on Earth 100 years ago, man. I mean, the connected world way, instead of just being connected by boats, then you were connected by electricity, and then you became connected by ones and zeros. And if you traditionally go throughout history, when kings have not had to rely on their soldiers for anything, they become bad men. And that puts us in a scary situation with drones, man. If robot, fully autonomous drones become more dangerous than human beings, like if you don't need humans, then that gives a small group of people the power to be incredibly cruel. And if they're crazy, the demonic streak, things could get ugly really fast, which technically I've called the Spanish Inquisition of technology. I'm like, that's bad. I'm sure it ends in the gray goo. So yeah, Neil Peart died. Bring back rock and roll. I'm now taking this moment to vape, so there will be 30 seconds of silence for Neil Peart, Buck Henry, and even the Oman dude who brought about peace that sometimes I do believe, I don't know, people get triggered by that. I like to like everybody. God bless everybody, unless you know they were horrible people. All right, here we go. And I really thought it would be here by now, so I didn't think I'd have to have this much quote unquote filler, because this Cancer moon's got me in my feels and the energy's weird. So I might not be at my all-time coolest heights. Well, I'm just saying whatever comes off the top of my head, Ulysses style. Clouds have been low all day. It's like lower deck clouds. The atmosphere is crazy. Oh, also, during this whole period since my warning started, I've been very concerned about Puerto Rico, and the people in Puerto Rico are extremely concerned. Hey, there's Sunspot. He's an X-Man. Anyway, it's like my phone was working earlier because he has geomagnetic powers. It's hard to explain. So the rain is lightened. I thought the storm would be here by now, but then I'm wondering, how long does it take to get from Sugar Land to here? And if you're in a vehicle, it takes you 27 minutes. I mean, 23 if you're trying to defy the laws of physics. Whoa. I thought I'd see more lightning. Bad news is it's coming from the back, I think. It's coming from the west. Yeah, that's right. I should know. I just made a zillion videos about it. It's coming from the west and it's going east. The internet. Yeah, the internet's not much of supply chains break down. So like, I can't even imagine like why anyone would be so fucking irresponsible to ever let world global supply chains break down. Like you would literally have to screw the pooch at like light speed to be that dumb or arrogant or worse. Yeah, I don't even know. All right, let's talk about. Yeah, I don't even know, man. Okay, I'll talk. Like the whole, okay, so Iran was like never really invaded anybody. Like earlier in the year, they're like, hey man, we are going to fly a drone 1,000 miles and we were just going to bomb a Saudi Arabia refinery. And the only thing that did was make oil prices go up. And everybody's like, oh, don't do that. And America's like, man, we will send troops over there to protect those dang refineries from drones. People are like, okay. And then Saudi Arabia attacks our embassy. And we lose Americans. I mean, I'm sorry, Iran. Iran did the first one. Then, so Iran attacked Saudi Arabia's oil refinery. And then they attacked our embassy, Iran. Just out of nowhere, they're like, hey, man, we are the, I don't know, 29th most powerful nation in the world. And we were trying to get ahead of North Korea's 2024 on the list. So we've now attacked Iraq. Technically, they attacked Iraq and us at the same time. And then they attacked themselves. And it's not funny. People died. So, like, so Iran has attacked fucking Saudi Arabia. And they just went after an oil refinery. And then they attacked Iraq and our embassy. And then they attacked themselves. That's the craziest shit ever. And then, like, the people on the left get mad, like, on the one lane of, like, Trump fucked this up. And the people on the right are like, this is great. like, dude, this is the craziest shit. Like, this is beyond like what like I said, why is Iran doing this? To be the 24th, 23rd toughest nation in the world? But maybe it's the deep, deep, deep state. Yeah, I don't even know. All I know is that last time I remember stock markets being really high and oil doing a big win was about 2008, and the whole stock market crashed. At the same time, everybody believed that shit could never happen. Like, no, the stock market is just going up forever. So now we're back to that a decade later, 12 years. Everyone's like, hell yeah, it's just gonna be this awesome forever. Everyone will bask and bathe in the prosperity of 2020 for decades to come. I'm like, yo, dude, that shit is hockey sticking up. They gotta cool this thing off or it breaks. I don't know. Being in the middle's been weird. But it's cool on me, so I'm sorry if I'm too chatty. Did I mention Cancer Moon? Plus, my brain forced me to think about women like 33% of the time. My Cancer muses confuse me at times, but 2020 and everything leading up to it's been confusing, so I ain't mad at nobody. I just hope shit gets better. That's what I'm saying. If this exponential greatness continues without improvement for 100 more days, oh man. Where did this storm go? Did you hear that? Silent crawling thunder? And someone's be like, his camera work sucks. It's the whole time I was thinking about the dumb shit I was saying. Dang you, Cancer Moon. Eclipse, no less. Isn't it weird the moon doesn't spin? Isn't it weird at times in the sky, the moon and the sun always seem to share the same size ranges? And isn't it weird we don't have flying jet skis? There we go. Now some of the thunder's coming. I don't know what this is going to do. But technically, I think at this point it's already more interesting than Geraldo Rivera's vault. No disrespect to Geraldo. The rain is almost stopped. Man, this storm stretches into the Gulf and then up into Canada. And if you were looking at the storms on some of the videos I posted earlier, those storm sizes are massively giant, like major. It's why when people are like, dude, they're fully controlling the weather. Like, bro, man, I've been doing this nonstop. Like, I don't even have any type of life. So I do 7 years. And they don't fully control the weather. They manipulate it. And technically, the amazing atmospheric defense took place under Trump, you know? And I really believe not only during hurricane season, they displayed that, but with this storm, if you look at the models I put up earlier, where it showed a ton of red all over Texas, it was very compact. And then today, when I ran the same 48-hour QPF model, it showed that whole red part got blown to bits, like some type of atmospheric Starlink microwave cosmic who knows burst. And so that's cool. But that just means we gotta fix all the other human problems, which basically mean people getting along, people working together, people not taking their fear pills, as the Leo King calls it. Like, people have become so addicted to fear and so addicted to just the same shit over and over, no matter how many times. Fear pills, like, oh man, give me more fear pills. You know, some Frankenstein doctor sewed Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and Epstein together in a Frankenstein that is now going to come and destroy everyone. Then they injected him with super steroids. So it's like 50-foot tall Hill Ep Oros. Hilep Oros. Oh no, everybody run! Although economic doom is real. You don't want to mismanage the global currency, I don't think. Especially when you got more of anything, everything you need. Okay, I should shut up. Let's listen to the thunder. What if I just talked out so much hot air that the whole storm passed right by me? Yeah, it's a giant storm. I mean, and I go back to we are totally lining up with, well, not us totally, but Pluto and Saturn are totally lining up with Mercury. There's some solar system shit going down right now. And technically, if you really think about it, other planets are like different dimensions. Okay, so if anybody can see a radar, how? I guess you don't know where I live, but it's like I'm like right in Houston. It didn't look that far away. Heck, this stream's been 21 minutes, so technically, by my own guesstimation, it should be here within 6 minutes. Because if this storm travels as fast as I used to in my Mustang, back in the day, where before bad guys got the Batmobile, 27 minutes. So if the storm is traveling about the same speed, then we only got 6 more minutes. Oh, so today, well, I'm talking about anything and everything. Some nice young ladies from the Church of Latter-day Saints knocked on my door. They're like, "Can we talk to you about?" I was like, "Yes." So we talk about Joseph Smith and Angel Maroney, the Golden Plates. And then I told them how I was kind of writing a Western called The Christmas Kid. Okay, that one felt good. I liked that. That had a good feeling. Had a nice tone, nice ring, sent vibrations to everything that felt kind of healing. But were very powerful. Mother Nature's so amazingly spectacular. So amazingly cool. And you know what? I don't understand lightning very much. Lightning and light. Lightning and light. No man understands them very well. Same thing with the sun. That's been my theory at Thor News for 7 years. Like, hey man, people may try and tell you they totally have the sun figured out. They can totally explain the sun, or they're like sun experts, but there's no such thing as a sun expert. We don't have moon experts. Like, we went to the moon once, kicked our ass so bad we never went back. Asterisk. Between us, don't tell anyone. But if I had to guess, like to win the perfect wife, I had to fill out a questionnaire and get all these super questions right from the underworld. They would say, "What do you really think happened with the moon?" And to win my perfect bride, I had to get them all right. I would say, I would guess that we're on the moon, and that you have bases, houses, stuff like that, and that they cast like a. So whatever we see as the moon is like, what do they call it? They just project the same flat moon over and over again. I believe Crow's channel used to show this weird type of like TV VHS roll that would go over it. And that would make more sense. So that would be my guess. And so a lot of the money and stuff have been, part of it's gone to the moon life. And so, not only did you have countries fighting each other now, but like it's a whole nother continent nation that's up on the moon that doesn't really have to follow Earth rules. And we're just kind of left to our own devices. This is like the ultimate rich place to live. Like, all the super cool kids get to live on the moon. and have dance parties in the moon. And the rest of us are stuck in some 1992 Groundhog Day, or 1997, or 1981. The weather keeps on changing. Or the moon is totally hollow. That thing's gonna crack like an egg someday. Or they're like creatures that are 20 times taller than us and we're in a petri dish and they're just doing some weird ass experiment. Or uh or that like they have us in a cage until we can grow up. The Van Allen belts have us locked down. And until we are cool enough to play with the rest of the solar system, we are here. But I don't know why we don't get more help. Although, if you really reflect on the last 100 years, last 120 years, the fact that you've had so many people, and we're now counting at almost 8 billion, you've had so many people continue to move forward without letting all of society collapse and ending everything in World War. That's pretty magnificent. And no, yeah, civilization has a lot of flaws and a lot of mistakes were made, but we continued to move forward. And I want to say again, one reason people be like, man, you know, for an overweight guy who barely makes rent every month, he sure has a whole lot of swagger. And so, like I'm saying, when we averted the John Teeter World War III in 2015, that was like a major medal, man. We like totally won that part of the game. And I was like, yay! And then, so the next 5 years were spent being like, well, I don't even know. So now we're at 2020, and we're the next big boss of the game. And it's like, what are we gonna do this time? This 2015 was one thing, but if we're gonna make it past 2020 to 2025, we gotta totally raise our game, man. Hopefully, a lot of people had done a lot of inner work, outer work, art, just got in touch with more of the things that are real, good dreams, but the nightmares that scare you back into the path. Like, I don't know. We got everything we need here, except for the spirit and the will, the people, and you know, a way to break the like propaganda machine's absolute hold on the media, the music, the movies, the art. You know, I don't know. Dan Cancer, Wolf, full moon eclipse energy to bookend the eclipses right as Uranus. Stations preparing to go direct, and I think all planets will be direct now. A rare occasion. So maybe we can move forward. And technically, we have been taking a lot of baby steps over the last 5 years. I believe the complaint against me is I like to go fast. I like to move things too fast. I just mean that in a like giant planetary way. I'm like, we can move to improvement. People are like, you want to improve too fast? We can milk the old system for longer, much safer. Man, what a year 2020 has been already. It's been like an advent calendar of, oh my God, all the worst parts of the last 20 years smooshed into 10 days. I used to work for a TV station in Arlington, Texas. I spent 1,000 hours on camera. I should try and remember the lessons I learned then. Because I don't think the camera work I'm showing now would get me hired anywhere. Man, I really thought this storm would be here by now. Well, when I did hunker down, and I walked a mile Target, I bought 4 kinds of cheese because they were only $2 for the slices. I got cheddar, I got provolone, I got Swiss, and I got Munster. I got ham and rotisserie chicken. And then I splurged, man. I spent $4 and got those Hawaiian rolls. You know what I'm talking about? The buttered Hawaiian rolls. And then, well, I'd already had butter. And so that was like a feast. I mean, it took me 3.5, 4 days to eat it all, but yeah, I love cheese. And one day I may go vegetarian, but never giving up cheese. I'll own the cow, treat it right, milk it myself. And don't cows explode if you don't milk them? You know, I think I read somewhere in a comic book that like cows didn't get milk, they go boom. The comic book I wrote just now. You don't want exploding cows, although that is very twistery. The fact that I thought of exploding cows, which are different than flying cows, which happen in Twister. Probably won't happen around here. I haven't seen any cows around Houston ever, probably. Now, if you're in Fort Worth, DFW, yeah, sure, you might see cows or driving anywhere through. But Houston, yeah, I don't know. I don't ever remember seeing Houston cows. But they are on the movie Twitter. I got to tell my joke today. That was fun. Sure, everybody's heard my joke, except for maybe one or two people. It's about the guy who built all the roads. All right. Has it been crazy that some of us have been together for like 7 years? It's like Planetary Defense Commander reality TV show. Man, my ratings are low. That's okay, because it is all quality. Ooh. You know, good information and the truth is something you should always pass on. Knowledge is like a candlelight. It can be passed from candle to candle, person to person, without diminishing the giver. If you teach a skill you know, it does not diminish your skill. And people are like, but it diminishes your skill to get paid in the workforce. Like, yeah, dude, you got like 12 dudes who own literally 99% of all the money in the world. So we're way beyond that, atoll. Okay, now I'm hearing the rain steadily pick up. And I'm wondering, if you were here with me on a date, I wonder how much differently this conversation would have gone. Or if we would have talked much at all. Because maybe we would have just sat silently enjoying each other's company. Yeah, I'm talking to you, future girlfriend, lady friend, whatever you want to be called, okay. I'm the sidekick and you're the super badass one. I do save the day sometimes, though. Teamwork makes the dream work. I know I keep repeating this, but literally, like 7 billion people, a civilization, that takes a whole lot of teamwork among the billion families on Earth to get it all to work. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, I'm Captain Awkward, darling. I might be getting hit by a tornado. I got a tornado warning an hour ago. That's different than a tornado watch. Tornado warning's like, dude, you could literally see a tornado and Perkins. And that tornado could literally kill you, or your pets, or your animals, or just fuck up all your shit, whether or not it is insured. And tornadoes in or near cities are always a weird thing. But it's like, it's okay to get awkward in a conversation for a little bit, or else you wouldn't have conversation redemption. And who doesn't love redemption of any kind? Well, thank you. And part of the planetary defense is just not getting the 60 to 300 groups that are the most powerful groups on the planet from killing each other. You know what I'm saying? There's that one clip in the last James Bond trailer, and there's Asteroid Fight Club all over that whole thing. Anyway, the line is, the world is arming much faster than we know how to deal with it. And so I have discussed during my 7 years how the technology curve in not only weapons of mass destruction, but like technology devices of destruction, financial devices, like there are they have so many things, they've created so many asteroids. Like during Asteroid Fight Club, like the amount of asteroids that got created were exponential. And so it pretty much just get to the point where, like, I don't know, you got like 4,000, I don't know, I don't want to get into math, but I'm proud of us. And hell, even the fact that we were 11 days into 2020, we made it into the Hades gates. Because like Tom Petty, you could stand me up at the gates of hell and I won't back down. What's up, Noodles? Yeah, math is rough. You know, in the whole like giant chess playing of nations and men and kings and secret societies and underworld folk, like having our governor, whose work I've enjoyed, he's been a great governor, and the mayor of Houston's been great since I've lived here last 3 years. Greg Abbott and Sylvester Turner, like to have him say we won't be taking any more refugees was just kind of a weird thing during this time period. But like Texas is always kind of different, and so I think it may have a lot of meanings. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, cause any problems. So I would like all the Americas to unite, not have splinteration. Because like the last time Pluto Saturn conjuncted, 1982, the head due to the Communist Party of the Soviet Union died of a heart attack. And then the Soviet Union just disintegrated. Well, it took some time. So that's kind of like the equivalent, like, if the United States disintegrated. And so, like, California would become Ukraine. And, yeah, I don't know who Russia would be. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is some big deal. And if you go back to the last time Saturn was in Pluto, Saturn and Pluto conjuncted in Capricorn, you had the Protestant Reformation. When they're like, hey, Catholic Church, you guys are fucking up, and you guys have been fucking up for a long fucking time. We are sick of this shit that you're doing in Jesus' name, God's name. You got some of the shit wrong. And that's not disrespectful to the Catholic Church. Like I said when I read Revelations the other day, it says there's 7 churches, and every church has sins against them, and every church had strengths. And it's like, which path do you want to take from here? What's it talking about? Yeah, the Protestant Reformation. And I was raised Lutheran. But it's like when Martin Luther was like, dude, let me tell you, this is the new word of God. This is the new way we break it down. They're like, heresy, heretic. It's even weirder now because we've gone through the like tele-evangelism stages of Christianity. And then we went to the mega churches stages of Christianity. And then we went to the like 2008 decade post where like there were no heroes, no leaders, no rock and roll rock stars of Christianity. The only prophets, Profits. I'm like, well, man, I think the sun's gonna come back out again. I don't know. We'll see. It's 2020. Everybody, place your bets. I'm placing the same bet I've been making since I was 7 years old. I'm going with God. Oh, I could make it. I could bite the dust with this tornado, but who knows? It could never show. It's been 40 minutes, and I got that warning an hour ago. I mean, has anybody got a thing of duty they can look at and tell me, like, we can talk about marsh food. Everybody likes food. I can pretend it's Instagram. Do you like marshmallows? Do you like s'mores? Do you love the show Parks and Rec? Sometimes when it gets kind of dark in the world, I like to retreat to fictional funny things. And so I was so impressed with Parks and Rec, I started rewatching it again, and it's pretty much just as good the second time. I love that show. And April and Andy are like the coolest couple ever. And so it would be nice if the media, music, movies showed more cool couples being awesome together. I don't want to put any pressure on Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson. You know, having a career and a marriage is hard enough. But if you add burdens like trying to set examples for other couples on how to be cool, that's a lot of hats to wear. Dang you, Cancer Moon. All right. I'm going to take 1 second, think about stuff. If vape, I'll be right back. It tastes like if nicotine had been made out of Fruit Loops that you had vaporized and inhaled past your taste buds. Okay, now I'm just talking crazy. But it is Saturday morning, baby. It is raining outside. And I've been on this wall for so long. So I'm just writing this love letter home to you. Say, I can't wait till the war's over and I get to see your smiling face again. Did it pass? Does anybody know? Anybody got access to the radar? People can be like, dude, you're out of shape. I'm like, how can that be true? I've held this phone minorly steadily for like 43 minutes. And what is a better testament that I could probably win a decathlon tomorrow? Oh, I guess there are storm dynamics. So one thing I was going to point out to you guys before I finished the last video, there was a straight tail where all of a sudden the storm just kind of straightened out at the very bottom. And that looked dangerous because it's going to do this straight line thing. And I'm wondering, because the giant storm that devastated the Midwest happened 10 months ago. Are these connected? Remember, I went a little crazy trying to connect specific planetary pressures to exact days and exact intensities. Now, I got a lot of good data out of that. I got the intensities wrong. And so the fact that this is coming so close to the Pluto Saturn conjunction, but it's like 10 days from the, or 10 months from the devastating record storm that hit the Midwest, and there were two of them. I think the one storm was weaker. I can't remember which went first, but there were two just major storms that came within a 3-week period that just whacked everything. 40 people. Well, hello. Welcome to Saturday morning, January 2020, the 11th. 2019. Wait, 2020. Okay, great. I'm waiting on a storm. It is yet to show up. And in a way, I guess this was kind of like a blind date, but I was pretty sure she was coming, especially since my phone went off and said, hey, you got a tornado warning. Warning, Will Robinson. I mean, the robot didn't go, watch, Will Robinson. Watch, Will Robinson. Watch, Will Robinson. Because that would have been creepy. It went, warning, Will Robinson. Warning, Will Robinson. And so I got a warning, Thor. Tornado. Warning. Tornado. So I sat here with my phone for 46 minutes and nothing. And it was rolling through Sugarland. Now I'm repeating myself. And technically, as a writer, you don't want to repeat your words too many times. Because that's what speaking is. It's like writing with your mouth. Words are crazy. You know what else is crazy? How like you can hear what you're thinking in your mind. Like you can hear your own voice. And you can give yourself a whole speech in your mind. I know, I hope everybody else is like that. And then you can say those words out loud. And then you say words to other people, and it is this form of energetic, emotional exchange. Words. Yeah, technically, I would say words are spells, man. So people are like, you gotta get away from magic. Well, you better shut the fuck up. Keep your mouth closed. Never say nothing. It's words or spells. Yeah, it's all relative. But y'all are fantastic. I'm sorry the storm didn't show up in time. If it'll show up at all. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. 'Cause baby, yeah, you stayed. Maybe. Redacted. Am I gonna have to shut this off and go check the chart? Did it really pass me by? I like to raise the treble in my voice to convey the fact that I'm stressed out or frustrated. So I cannot figure this puzzle out. Because the thunder came and went. All right, I'll be back. Maybe there will be a part 3. You guys are fantastic. God bless everyone. Part 3. Asterisk.